Hello and welcome back to Thrifty Explorers. This is Sayak and today we are going to talk about everything you need to know about the Schengen Visa. A lot of people have tons of questions when it comes to applying for a Schengen Visa, whether it's about the paperwork, the different types of visas, or where to even start. Well, if you've been wondering how to unlock 27 stunning countries in Europe with just one visa, this video is for you. Today, we are diving into everything you need to know about applying for a Schengen visa from India in 2025. So let's dive right in. Alright, let's start with the basics. A Schengen visa is your golden ticket to explore 27 breathtaking European countries. It's a short stay visa, which means you can travel freely within those countries for up to 90 days within a 180-day period with just one visa. Whether you're in Europe for tourism, business, a family visit, or even a medical treatment, this visa covers it all. It's the ultimate travel requirement for anyone looking to make the most out of their European adventure. And here's the kicker. You are not limited to just one country. With a Schengen visa, you can jump from one iconic destination to another without needing multiple visas. So that's freedom to explore 27 countries. Today, we will focus on the tourist visa and its requirements. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Depending on which countries you plan to visit, you will need to figure out where to submit your application. Don't worry though, it's not as complicated as it sounds. If you are visiting one Schengen country, you will need to apply at the country's embassy or consulate. For example, if you are visiting only France for your trip, you will need to apply for your Schengen visa only at the French embassy or consulate. If you are visiting multiple Schengen countries, you will need to apply at the embassy of the country where you will spend the most amount of time. For example, if you are visiting Spain for 10 days and Italy for 5 days, you should apply for your visa at the Spanish embassy as you will be spending more time there. Finally, if you are visiting multiple countries for the same amount of time, you will need to apply at the embassy of the country where you will enter first. For example, if you are visiting Germany, France, and Netherlands, spending 5 days in each of these countries, you will need to apply for your visa at the embassy of the country you'll enter first. For example, if you are flying into Germany first, you need to apply your visa at the German embassy. This step is very crucial because applying at the wrong embassy could cause unnecessary delays or worse, a rejection. The process for applying for a Schengen visa involves several steps. Follow this guide to ensure everything goes smoothly. The first step is to figure out which visa category suits your purpose of travel. Visit the official website of the embassy or visa application center of the country you are applying to and check the specific requirements. Make sure to verify the available appointment slots and check for any country-specific rules. It's important to ensure that you have all the required documents. Once you know which embassy to apply to, you will need to book an appointment online. This is typically done through the embassy's official website or visa centers like VFS Global or BLS International. During peak seasons like April to September or November to December, slots can fill up very quickly. So make sure to book your appointment at least 4 to 6 weeks in advance. Now let's talk about the documents you will need for your Schengen visa application. Make sure everything is in order before you head to your appointment. Here's the full breakdown. The visa application form is a mandatory requirement for your Schengen visa application, and it's crucial to fill it out accurately. Start by downloading the latest version of the form from the official embassy or consulate website of the country you're applying to. Ensure that all personal information, travel dates, and details about the countries you plan to visit are provided correctly. There is no room for any mistake, so double check everything. Incomplete forms or errors may delay the processing of your visa. Once filled out, you may be required to print and sign the form before submitting it. Next, your passport. It needs to be valid for at least 3 months beyond your intended departure date. And don't forget, you need at least 2 blank pages. So make sure to check your passport well in advance. You will need 2 photos that meet the Schengen Visa specifications. Be sure to follow the exact guidelines when getting them done. You can find the specific photo requirements in the description below. You should include a detailed travel itinerary along with your Schengen Visa application. This itinerary should outline your day-to-day plans, including the cities you'll visit, the dates of stay, and any activities or tours you have planned. Additionally, make sure to include all the transportation bookings such as bus, train, or internal flights to provide a comprehensive view of your travel plans. The cover letter is the key to your application. You should include a cover letter explaining the purpose of your trip, the dates of your travel, and a brief overview of your planned activities in each destination. This helps the consulate understand your travel plans and ensures everything is well documented. Make sure to have your flight and hotel bookings ready. They should cover your entire stay in the Schengen area. If you're unsure about your hotel reservations, you can book refundable options. You can also consider booking dummy flights for visa purposes. These are flight bookings that you can cancel later but serve as a proof of your intended travel itinerary for the visa application. Additionally, make sure to include all transportation bookings within your trip, such as the bus, trains, or internal flights. This helps provide a complete overview of your travel plans during your stay in the Schengen area. Travel insurance is mandatory and must cover medical emergencies with a minimum coverage of 30,000 euros. Be sure to choose a policy that meets Schengen visa requirements. Now here's the big one: financial proof. You need to show you've got enough funds to support yourself during the stay. This can include your recent bank statements from the last 3 to 6 months showing a stable balance, your income tax returns for the past 2 to 3 years, your salary slips from the past 3 to 6 months is mandatory. If you are self-employed, you will need to show your business registration documents. And if you've got investments like fixed deposits or SIPs, those count as well. Anything that shows you've got the money to cover your trip is very important here. Now, if someone else is funding your trip, they will need to provide a sponsorship letter. Along with that, they will also need to show their bank statements, income tax returns, and proof of relationship. When applying for a tourist visa, you must provide a letter from your current employer. This letter should confirm your employment status, your role, and the approved leave dates for your trip. It should also state your intention to return to your job after the vacation, helping to demonstrate your ties to your home country. In addition to the employer's letter, you will also need to submit the original offer letter you received when you joined the company. This document serves as a proof of your employment history and strengthens your visa application by providing additional verification of your professional background. Finally, if you're living in a rented apartment, make sure to include a rental agreement. This document serves as a proof of your residence in India and provides additional information about your living situation. We have provided a detailed list of all required documents in the description. And there you have it, your ultimate checklist for your Schengen Visa application. It might seem like a lot, but don't worry. If you gather all these documents, you will be good to go. When it comes to applying for your Schengen Visa, the process can be a little tricky, but with the right planning and preparation, you can make sure it goes smoothly. Here are some essential tips to help you avoid any stress or mistakes during the application process. The first piece of advice I can't stress enough: apply early. Many travelers make the mistake of waiting until the last minute to apply, thinking they have more time. But trust me, the Schengen Visa process can take anywhere from 15 to 45 days to process, depending on the country and the season. Apply at least 6 weeks before your intended travel date to give yourself enough time to gather documents, attend your appointment, and avoid any last-minute rush. Additionally, once you are fairly sure of your travel plans, go ahead and apply on the VFS portal to book your appointment slot. Waiting too long to reserve a slot can cause unnecessary delays, as appointment availability can become limited, especially during the peak seasons like summer or the holidays. So make sure to book your appointment as soon as possible to secure your desired travel dates. One of the most important things you will need to show the embassy is that you have a clear and detailed plan for your trip. A solid itinerary not only helps you stay organized, but it also shows the embassy that you're serious and well prepared for your trip. Make sure to include dates, destinations, and planned activities for each location in the Schengen area. The more detailed and well thought your itinerary is, the more likely it is that your application will be taken seriously. If you're visiting multiple countries, outline your route logically, ensuring it doesn't look that you're backtracking or making unnecessary detours. A messy travel plan can raise red flags. You should also include hotel bookings, flight tickets, and any transportation bookings to back up your plans. When applying for a Schengen visa, you must provide that you can financially support yourself during the stay. The embassy wants to ensure that you won't be stranded or relying on public funds while you're abroad. Ensure your bank statements are consistent and show a steady flow of income over the past 3 to 6 months. A large sudden deposit could be suspicious and raise questions about the source of the funds. Ideally, you should have 2 to 3 lakh per person for a 10-day trip to show that you can comfortably cover your travel expenses, including accommodation, meals, and transportation. Additionally, if your trip is sponsored, for example by a friend or a relative, you will need to provide a sponsorship letter from them along with their financial documents such as bank statements, tax returns to prove that they can support you financially. Another critical step that can make or break your application is choosing the right embassy to submit your visa application. Applying at the wrong embassy can cause unnecessary delays or even lead to a visa rejection. So be sure to check which country you will be spending the most time and apply to the embassy to avoid any issues. By following these simple but important tips, you can ensure that your application is as strong as possible and give yourself the best chance of securing the Schengen visa. With careful preparation, you will be one step closer to enjoying your European adventure. Obtaining a Schengen visa application may seem like a challenging task, but with the right preparation and organization, you can make the process smooth and hassle-free. I have dropped all the important links in the description below to make your Schengen visa application process easier. Be sure to check them out. And for a more in-depth guide, don't miss our full blog on applying for a Schengen visa. It's packed with all the details plus extra tips and insights to help you along your way. And remember, for more travel tips and tricks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Thrifty Explorers. Let us know your next travel destination in the comments. We can't wait to hear about your adventures. Keep exploring.